we'll get to the better items. So, I just said silver is bad, but some of the good items, the easiest ones is going to be silver and gold. Now silver, you have a flatware set. No, I can't sell it. I can't sell a flatware set 90% of the times unless it's a Bucciolati or Jensen, but I can melt it. What that means is you might have a service for 12 flatware set that could be worth today $1,500 to $2,500 on average. Could be more, could be less, depending on Francis I brand Baroque. That's a little bit heavier. It also could be more if they're serving pieces and all that. But in general, $1,000, $1,500 on the low, 25 I would say on the high. For a service for 12, if it's sterling. If it's silver plate, the only exception is Cristobal. Other than that, silver plate is kind of a no-go nowadays. But the price of silver is pretty high. I think it's higher than it's ever been. And gold is even higher. It's higher than it's ever been, but percentages-wise, gold went up quicker than silver. This is a Krugerrand. Does anyone know what that is? Yeah. Probably knows what it is. This is, and they have multiple sizes, this is 1 ounce of pure gold. Right now, I can't tell you exactly because it changes every 5 seconds depending on who's giving the speech and what's going on, but this is over what? What's the number today?
27.
27 and change. It was 27, I think 70 at the peak either today or yesterday. How much was this worth a year ago? Who said 19? That's exactly right. That's $800, and I had to look that up, so that's good. That's $800 more in 1 year. So people ask me in the business, okay, if nothing's worth money, what do I invest in? What's good? If you bought this in the 80s, you made a lot of money if you got 10 of these on it. Not everyone does, but some people put their money in this. So next on the list, because I know we're going to get to the items that are doing well. Chinese antiques, not as good as they were, but Chinese antiques have potential. Jade, coral, Chinese porcelain, amber. These are items that could be good. Again, it needs to be old. But if it's old, it has the potential to be good. Mid-century modern furniture. I'm going to say this twice because this is a little scary thought. It is easier to sell something from the 1950s when it comes to furniture than the 1850s. Again, I could sell furniture from the 1980s and 90s because some of it are big designer names like Carl Springer, Vladimir Kagan, Laverne, Paul Evans is from the 60s, Herman Miller, George Nelson from the 50s. These are all things that are, doing pretty well. Other than that, artwork. People are not buying a $10,000 painting because it looks pretty, but they will buy it if it's a blue chip item that has the potential to go up in value. So if you have a Chagall or a Picasso, it doesn't have to be a multi-million-dollar piece. It could be a print that's worth $3,000 if it's a low edition. It will continue to go up like a blue chip item, and that is what people are buying. They're not going to buy a painting because it looks pretty, but they will spend the money if they think it will go up. Even if they put it in the closet, it's a good investment, And sometimes a good way to find it, if it looks like my 5-year-old did it, it's probably worth some money. But we do have to look up the cards. Last thing I'll mention, just because this is a little bit of a new thing, people in their 30s and 40s are investing in collectibles. So people tell me, I got a Mickey Mantle signed ball. That's great, but we want that ball signed when he was playing. If you have a sign when he went around signing all these things in the 80s and 90s, it's probably not going to be worth so much, a few $100. Playing days could be a lot more than that. I had a Babe Ruth card the other day that I saw in actually Levittown. And condition is everything when it comes to this stuff. That Babe Ruth card is worth $1,000 to $1,500 if it comes back as not a good grade. A good grade, meaning if they send it in to get graded, it could be worth 10 grand, maybe 15. So when it comes to coins, cards, comic books, the grade is important, the condition is important, and definitely older. Usually older, I would say 60s and earlier, like the Spider-Man, the Superman, things like that, and that's pretty much it. Please subscribe so you don't miss any future video.